Just
Good morning.
had to light a fire this morning. It's getting down below 30 at night. So
Do you have a fireplace?
I have a wood stove.
Oh
So
my word, that's right. Dude, that's
yeah,
awesome. That's super cool.
yeah. So
Do
it's
you like
nice.
wood stoves? Is that your
Um,
favorite heat source out of all the heat
no,
sources in this world?
no, but it's nice to have sometimes burning woods.
You're like a true
Oh no.
NH dude. Like true.
No, 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 no. I have baseboard hot. I have regular heat system, trust me.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
know there's so many everyone's been hyped about the heat pumps. That's like the big thing that everyone's into lately.
I know. So, and I have a furnace that I might have to look at getting changed out at some point. So who
Mm,
knows?
yeah. Well, anyways, good morning, everybody. Crypto is really just crazy this past week. I don't know. What do you think, Brian?
I feel like I'm getting worn out. Like they're trying to weir me out of the market.
Yeah,
So
I
what
know. It's
I've
like
been
they,
doing is dollar cost averaging my way into the market.
yes, the banks, as you said, want to buy us out. And
Yeah, I feel like here, let me show you a
I
couple
think governments
articles.
and banks and everything want to buy us out. I don't
Yeah,
think they want us to have it.
I'll have to look for the article, but
Or they want us
I
to have it, but just a little bit, you know?
I saw an article stating that the United States owns about 1% of all Bitcoin.
Oh man,
So that's pretty cool that at least our country owns it.
that is interesting. 1%.
Right? But then you have BlackRock. BlackRock's $1 billion Bitcoin bet could signal crypto's next big boom.
Huh.
So, reading through this, BlackRock CEO is talking about you said earlier in this conversation, BlackRock doesn't buy an asset like this unless they expect 20x. Bitcoin is around 60,000 today. Are you saying 20x from there? So that would be crazy. That would put Bitcoin at, where was it? 20x. I think it would be like a $12 million Bitcoin right here. The
Wow.
speculated on Bitcoin. So that would be 12 million. Well, let's just say it's a 9x. So it does a 9x. We're looking at over a $500,000 Bitcoin. So so BlackRock's taking a big bet on Bitcoin. And their ETF, they've done, there was another thing in here about their ETF. Their total amount invested via the funds has surpassed 20 billion this year alone. 20 billion in their Bitcoin ETF. Where analysis note net buying and selling via BlackRock's, they're saying where other companies, I mean, it'd be like 5 years to even reach that level. And the Bitcoin ETF just with BlackRock alone is 20 billion.
Holy
So
crap.
they're seeing the writing on the wall. They're buying, they want to control, have as much as the Bitcoin as they can. All the bankings. Look at all of the major um, investment banking, BlackRock, Fidelity, Templeton's involved. And then you have the banks, Goldman Sachs, Mellon. They're all getting involved with Bitcoin in a very large way. So,
So
and
they're just, but to some capacity, though, I mean, they obviously want us to be involved in crypto, but just not on a level that's going to be.
right.
So do you think this is more of a battle of, okay, so here's a good, interesting question. Do you think this is more of a battle of governments to the people, or do you think this is more of a battle of government to government?
I think it's going to be both.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right about that. It's just interesting. So it's basically the
But
government wanting to have their cake and eat it, you
but
know?
they're also in this article was saying that a lot of these altcoins aren't going to be here. A lot of the altcoins just aren't going to survive. And there's just going to be a handful
I
of
actually agree with that.
cryptocurrencies.
Well,
So
yeah,
I
of
guess
course.
that's another thing that make, constantly monitor the projects you're involved with to make
Yeah.
sure they're solid projects, they're moving forward, they're solving a problem or servicing a mass amount of people or something. And what who their competition is as well. Because some coins are just they're older and they just haven't stayed up with new code or whatever they need to do with their blockchain. And the newer ones are coming out and replacing the old dinosaurs in a sense. So you got
Yeah.
to constantly be up on what coins you're holding. Maybe it's time to get out of some coins and move into other coins, maybe in the same sector, but a different coin.
Well, and that's the thing is like some of you guys, like I'd be curious, put it in the comments. What's the oldest coin that you guys have held? How long have you held it and why are you still holding it? I think is a great question. And actually this is going to lead me into a little article that I want to talk about because there was a coin that both Brian and I held for a super long time and I held it for I think I held it for 4 years, Brian. And you know what I'm going to talk about?
Oh, I do. I held it for like a solid three.
A solid 3 years. I held it for a solid 4 years. It was one of the bigger gains that we
And
got
it,
in the
it
earlier
wouldn't have
times.
wouldn't have been a bad thing if I still had some of it
Well,
right
that's
now
the point
either.
that I'm going to get at here too. That's the point I'm going to get at. So, and that very crypto was this one, Tron. And so what's interesting is that, Justin Sun, the founder of Tron, which he kind of like pushed himself out in a good way because he was trying to get this thing to be self-sufficient. But this thing has been doing great. Actually, let's just just anyways, Tron highlights revenue guaranteeing blockchain over Ethereum and Solana. Okay, so I mean you got to think about like the platform of this thing is it's very similar to Ethereum where you can actually build off of it. A lot of dApps, crap ton of them, decentralized applications, a crap ton of them.
I mean, just
Gambling,
that statement alone is huge to me. Tron's highest revenue generating blockchain over Ethereum and Solana,
yeah, insane. And it's,
right?
so so Tron reported for the quarter three of 2024 growth of 6%, thanks to its impressive meme coin boom this year. This has contributed to Tron's record revenue of 151.2 million during quarter three of the Sun Pump meme. So Sun Pump is in like Justin Sun,
Yeah.
the founder of crypto, or of the crypto and the Tron company. Which by the way, the I love the way they designed this, where they just have the super representatives that operate this whole thing, fully decentralized. I mean, they really did achieve what they were supposed to do. Like it was
Yes.
actually they got a lot of crap for it too, but they did such a great job of that. So there was a surge in August and then went on to tear over the following few weeks, causing more than 42 million worth of Tron to be burned in the process. So they've actually been constantly burning Tron because I think they started off at 100 million,
100 billion or
or
some.
I'm sorry, 100 billion. Yeah, something like
There's a
that.
very high market cap. Do you have like coin market open?
Yeah, I'll bring it up real quick. Why not? Whoops. Hold on a second. So let's see. And the thing is that they've actually been playing around in the top
Top
10.
10. Number 9 right
Yeah.
now.
So 16 cents. Amazing. I mean, dude, this was,
What's its all-time high? Was it 23 cents or 31 cents, something
I
like
think it was
that?
closer to 30. It was closer to 30 cents. It
Oh,
was
it was. Yep.
depending on
Yeah.
the exchange.
We'll just call it 30.
Yeah. So it's only, I mean, dude, what is strength in this thing? So anyways, I guess the whole point I was trying to make, bringing it back to what you were talking about.
What's the actually one last question on this?
Yeah.
What is the total supply now?
The total supply now is 86 billion or
Okay.
86 and a half billion.
And they were 100 billion at one point, I thought.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the amount of burning of the Tron has just been astronomical. This used to be 100, so it's pretty significant. And
Yeah.
the dApps that people have been using, I mean, they have created an entire ecosystem of NFTs, which you can argue is great or not, but still, like they were part of that massive boom. They have stayed so strong the entire time. And I just think that that's really fantastic to see that. They've done just as well as really they've done just as well as Ethereum. I mean, minus the fact that they don't have as large as a market cap, but as far as delivering on what they said they were going to do.
Right.
So, anyways, but there was a point that I had with this. Um, we were talking about coins that are not going to exist and coins that are going to exist still.
Right.
And I agree with you 100%. I do think that there's a lot of coins that are going to go that are actual crap coins, coins that are going to be gone. And they're
Right.
but I think it's important to do your vetting on what is stuck around. Look at the categories of cryptos. Like for instance, Tron falls into more of the decentralized applications.
Yes.
It falls more into that. Look at that and compare that, like, to all the other categories of coins and what they've done. Like, is Ethereum sticking around? Yes. Is Tron sticking around? In my opinion, yes. You know, is is Tron sticking around? Like what this article is saying right here is is Tron sticking around versus coins like Solana and Ethereum. Like I think Ethereum's sticking around, but like will Tron surpass Solana's, I think they're both sticking around, but still, I mean, like I still actually
Yes.
have more credibility with Tron than I do Solana, even though
So I
Solana has had massive growth.
so let me show you a chart I found, the top 10 most traded cryptos in the last 30 days based on volume.
Yep.
I thought Tron might be there, but it's not. But
Really
anyway,
interesting. That's interesting.
yeah.
But
Um,
I do agree. Like my point is I do agree with you 100%. Like I think that we are going to see a lot of coins just disintegrate.
right. So here they are. Number one, in the last 30 days, Tether, $2.1 trillion volume in the last 30 days. That number is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, that is
That's
insane.
just Tether. Bitcoin 1.2 trillion in volume in the last 30 days. You can see
See,
Ethereum
that tells me that people don't
595.
trust the crypto market yet, though, ultimately.
Well, there's still a lot of speculative stuff going on, but
Right, right.
USD, whoever this first digital USD is, I don't know. But then you got Solana, BNB, this is Dogecoin, XRP, and then SWI, which is a newer one. I wonder what they say about SWI real quick. Let me see. I've looked at SWI before. I kind of wish I still had it. I had some when it was like around 60 cents. Fast transactions, stable fees. So, okay. I'll have to look at that anymore more anyway on SWI, but
So,
I found
how
that pretty
influential
interesting.
how influential do you think BlackRock is to the crypto market as a whole?
Um, I think they do have some influence. I just don't know the level. Are they like, behind closed doors talking to all the other major investment bankings and saying, hey, this is what we need to do. They're all working together in a coordinated effort to
Right.
control the market until, you know, and bring the prices up till, you know, who knows when. But once everybody's getting into Bitcoin, it's over.
Yeah,
So I think this
seriously.
is this bull run is all the big players are getting in big time. And I think the next bull run we're going to see is when all the retail investors, if you're not in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, people are going to look at you like, why not? So that's what I think anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
But what else? Oh, this was another one I found was Microsoft is putting on yearly their yearly meeting, Microsoft to consider Bitcoin investment in December despite board opposition. So that's a big one too. I mean, Microsoft is a $3 trillion company. So who knows? We'll see. I really think, yeah,
Can you imagine
2025,
that?
twenty twenty
Three.
five is going to be the age of the the large institutions and huge money adoption of crypto.
Wow.
So it's going to be the last real big push. So, I mean, and once they get to that level of holding so many Bitcoin or whatever, to me is they'll be able to more control the market. The market's going to turn a lot less volatile. There still will be circumstances and things that happen that are outside their control, whether it's, a recession or or the market's booming or a natural disaster, whatever, world event. will still have some effect on the market, but it won't be as volatile anymore because they'll be able to remove a lot of the volatility. That's but who knows? I
Well,
am not an expert. This is not financial advice, everybody. We just got to let you know we are not financial advisors,
yeah, right.
right? And
Oh
this
my
is
word.
not financial advice. So, anyway,
So yeah, there was one other article that I wanted to pull up before we hopped into some charts and whatnot. Or a couple of articles actually. But there was, so we talked about the Tron, which I'm really pumped about.
right?
I'm actually really considering getting into that.
I haven't looked at a Tron chart in a long time. We'll have to look at a chart on Tron on TRX.
Yeah, actually, I would like to do that. We should do that today.
Yeah, we
We
will.
also got, well, and then we got one of, Tron's competitors, Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum. Apparently, he reveals his true goal of Ethereum Foundation. I don't know if there actually is a true goal here or not. What is the true goal, do you think, Brian?
Of Ethereum? I don't know.
Yes. On recent X post published by Vitalik, where he revealed some important next steps of Ethereum, several X users addressed the ETH sale that has been made by, how do you say his last name? Bus
Buterin or
Buterin. Okay. And the Ethereum
something like
Foundation over the past few months, addressing the request to stop dumping. Buterin started what dumping? What do you
dated.
mean? They're dumping ETH?
I don't know.
Started that he's has not sold a single Ethereum in the past month. Okay, so they were accusing him of selling
And,
Ethereum,
and
like
he's
his
just saying
personal
I wasn't.
holdings.
Right.
Besides, he revealed his Ethereum's holdings and have seen an increased lately. The amount of Ethereum I hold has actually gone up. So in other words, he's actually been accumulating Ethereum, not selling it. And
Yep.
here's the tweet where it says, "Just stop dumping and we'll be all right, bro." I think this guy was joking,
Yeah.
but he took it quite literally and said, "I haven't sold a single ETH in the past month. The amount of ETH I hold has actually gone up," and that is his claim. So Vitalik is only showing his confidence in ETH, so I think that's interesting. Anyways, as far as the question is why there has been multiple ETH sales made by Ethereum Foundation this year, Buterin reminded the community that the Ethereum foundation is paying researchers and devs who are responsible for the range of critical things. Among them are Ethereum's not bleeding, blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, let's hold on. Foundation is paying researchers and developers. Yeah. So, okay, so
That are
he's really just
responsible
defending
for.
himself in the
Yeah.
actual accusations of why Ethereum is not performing, I guess, the way that people want it to perform or they see it. I mean, the whole market's been dumping.
Well, the
So it's,
altcoin
up and
market, altcoin, Bitcoin's been kind of staying pretty strong, and we'll see that in the charts.
yeah. I mean, that wasn't as exciting of news as I thought it would be. But anyways, the point is that Vitalik hasn't gone anywhere. And he's, if anything, still believing in what he's doing. So,
Yeah.
oh, one last thing. Sorry, because I thought this was actually a really interesting um article. Actually, is Vitalik, do you think he's Russian? He seems Russian.
He's
Buterol?
or Eastern, we'll just call it Eastern European.
Okay. Well, anyways, I was trying to make a
Yeah,
connection with him and Putin. He probably doesn't have any connection to Putin at all. But
probably
anyways,
not.
Russia publishes new crypto law expanding state control over digital assets. All right, so Russia's new crypto law amplifies state control, enabling regional restrictions. So this is really interesting to me, why he's doing this, because obviously they're at a war right now, right?
Yeah.
So why would he be putting restrictions on crypto? So state authorities over digital currency growth in Russia publishes new law. The Russian government released a document on Friday detailing a law signed by the president Putin, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
because over mining activities and related infrastructure, yeah, they want to take control of a lot of the Bitcoin or a lot of the cryptocurrency to
right,
fuel their war. They got to pay for
right.
that war. They're losing lots of money and all the economic sanctions on them.
Well, and there's also been a crap ton of money that's been given to Ukraine.
Oh yeah.
via crypto. There has
Yes,
been
it has.
millions, millions and millions and millions of dollars. So I find that to be really interesting as well. And so yeah, so anyways, I just think it's really interesting that when you know I this is just my opinion, but based on what I've seen in the past over the past 6, 7 years that we've been doing crypto, every single time that somebody does a ban or a regulation on digital assets like cryptocurrency, it starts to go up because I don't know why, but somehow it just does.
I
China,
know.
for example, there's a dip and then there's just like a and then it just starts going up. Like China's put these bans on crypto, whatever, you
I
know?
know. Yeah, they always
And I find it really interesting. It's like putting geez, I mean, what do you want to call that? It's almost like putting yeah, it's just regulating. It's just regulating,
uh,
which I'm all about
it's
regulation. I think it's
control.
very
It's
good.
just controlling it.
Right. I think there is something to be said for regulation. I think there is.
Well, there needs to be some regulation, so it can't be the wild, wild west anymore.
No, it
You know,
can't.
especially if you're going to look for a mass adoption.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Yes.
so,
Completely agree with that because that
so,
it just doesn't work. But anyways, I
geez.
thought that was interesting as far as the news goes on my end of things.
So what do we got? Like 9 days till election?
Holy crap, man, I know. I can't believe.
Not
I
this
can't believe
Tuesday,
how
but
it's
next
going.
Tuesday.
Which by the way, best interview I've seen yet is the Donald Trump and Joe Rogan interview.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Dude, amazing.
Really?
Amazing interview. It was so transparent, so raw, so uncut, so non it just makes every other well, not every other interview, but a lot of the news networks out there, it makes those feel like they're so agenda driven. Whereas all these podcasts that Trump has been doing, I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant because he's talking to people that are the only agenda that they have is to figure out what it is that he is trying to do. Like, what does he want to do? You know?
Yeah. Yep.
So it was such a good interview. And honestly, I encourage those to everybody to watch it. And then if Kamala goes on, I encourage you to watch that too, because I really think you're going to see a raw and uncut version of these two candidates. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I actually
Yes.
don't think she's going to go on, by the way. I'll be so surprised if she does.
We'll have to wait and see. You want to
Yeah,
look at some charts?
yeah, I do. I
I
just
don't
got
know. I
so
just
pumped. Dude, I stayed up until like 1 o'clock in the morning watching that thing.
really,
It
I
was
gotta
just
watch it.
I was just glued to the TV. I'm like, holy crap, this is so unreal. And dude, I think it's got
What
like over 15
network was
million
it on?
plus views.
What network was it
You can
on?
just watch it on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah, just look up Joe Rogan on YouTube. I mean, dude, literally, I think
I
it's got
will.
like 15 or 20 million views. It's like it's a record hitting number for yeah, anyways. I don't know
I'll
why I'm
have to
getting so
watch that
jacked up
today.
about that.
So here we go. This is the total market cap cryptocurrency chart. Look at that, right? We've been in this long consolidation period,
Oh, dude, that's looking like a serious bull
right?
flag, isn't it?
But then what happens is, yeah, definitely a serious bull flag.
That's the way
But
I
you
see
could
it.
see down here, we just started breaking up. So I'll just draw a couple lines, maybe. You know, so I think it just, you could go here, but somewhere in there, somewhere in there. You know what I mean? This might be down a little bit, but it might have poked up here, but we're back down. I like this because we've had making higher lows, higher new lows, and higher highs here the last 3 times, just in this short area right in here. So,
Yeah.
and that's the total market. So, and then when I looked at so I look at Bitcoin, I looked at another one too, Bitcoin dominance, and look at Bitcoin dominance. Remember a while ago we had talked about, I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin get back up to 60, 65% dominance at some point. I think we're going to have it. I think Bitcoin's going to freaking rocket up to $100,000 at some point here before the end of the year, right? Because we're right now at like 58%. 50, actually, we're at 59. We're almost at 60%, right? So I really see Bitcoin dominance getting up to at least this area here. So it's probably going to push 65%. And I bet you Bitcoin going to $100,000 is going to really push that dominance up here because the altcoins are going to lag. They're going to fall behind. But there are a select altcoin here and there that is going against the trend and is booming. And one of them, I'll show the chart in a little bit, is Maple. But this,
Yeah, and we haven't done an update on Maple yet for a while.
no.
But yeah, they're rocking, huh?
So this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. But then you look at Bitcoin. We'll just look at regular Bitcoin here. This is on the weekly chart, right? Definitely look at this flagpole. Now, definitely a bull flag forming here. But again, we could be close to breaking out of the top resistance line on it. Let me see. I had one chart where I had some lines drawn anyway, but I'm going to go to the daily and look at the daily here. And you can see, or I see it anyway. Let me know if I'm seeing things.
No, you're not seeing things.
Right
That's looking pretty good if you ask me.
on the daily chart, it's roughly that's roughly the channel it's been in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it'll wick in and out of there once in a while. So anyway, to me, it looks like it it's hit this resistance one, two, three, four, not a real strong one there, but five times came back down and used the 20, 50, and 200-day moving averages as support. And look at this bull flag it formed right here. But it came up, broke above this top resistance. So now we'll have to wait and see. But I think
Well,
it's
and
going to come.
sustaining above it.
It's going to come down. It's turning this into support now. It's going to
But what
come
is
down and test this. As long as it doesn't break down below and bounces off that, we're going to see new
so is it
all-time
playing with
highs.
the 50-day right now? Is that what that is?
The blues to 20-day.
The 20-day. Okay, so it's playing with
Right.
the 20-day moving average.
And right now, over the last, 4 or 5 days, that is held as support. And if that breaks, then it has this other line I drew as support. So, and then it would have the 50. I mean, who knows? It could
Yeah.
wick down, touch the 50, and then go. Kind of like a hook and go. But Bitcoin is looking strong to me. It's looking good.
Yeah, it
So,
is. I mean, geez, we were like you and I were kind
so,
of
and
thinking
that's
that it was
Bitcoin. But then I was looking at, let me look at total two, right?
like we thought it
So,
was potentially going to go up to 100,000 this month.
hey, we still have today's the what, 26? We still got 5 days.
I mean, that's a massive growth if it
Oh,
does
here,
that. It's just
right. This was the total twos. So the total twos in a long-term bull flag as well. I could. So, but you see where Bitcoin was already broke above this and looks, it's coming back down. It's testing this for support, the last
yeah.
chart. Now, the total two minus Bitcoin, it's lagging. It's doing all its battling right now, figuring out the 20, 50, and 200-day moving averages. They're all inverted here. So I think we're going to see this go, but it's going to lag behind Bitcoin. So we'll probably see a similar structure of this going back up, you know, probably, beginning mid of November, probably second, third week in November, we'll see it up and doing this number. And then the end of the year, we're going to see it probably take off. Whereas
Yeah.
Bitcoin's going to be ahead of it. But that's how it always is. Bitcoin goes and then the altcoins follow behind, usually based on their market cap,
Yeah.
large cap, mid cap, small caps.
Well, and I was actually surprised so far, like for this entire month. I actually thought we were going to see a little bit more activity than we did. But I mean, November.
So now this is an interesting one. I actually put lines on this a while ago. Uh, this is the total three market. So this is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, the true altcoin market. Um, and I think it excludes the the stable coins as well, but I'm not sure on that. But anyway, I had drawn this and you can see it came up, broke the top resistance. It held its support here, but everything's right there. That's, you get the 250, 20-day plus
Yeah, it's all
this,
tightening up.
it was all tightening up, bounced off, but now it almost made like a short-term double top here. So, and it's going back down. So that's usually a bearish sign, but we'll see what happens here. Again, this was like before Bitcoin broke its channel, but who knows? We'll see what happens. Um, if it goes below the 200-day moving average, this pattern's invalid. It's void, kind of start over.
Yeah, right. Well,
But we'll wait and see.
what happens? Okay, so isn't there something to be said for when all of the averages are starting to tighten up, or when they like because they just crossed each other back in October? There was a mess of them crossing each other in October. What exactly does that mean?
Well, it all depends which one's crossing which way. It's usually like if the lower day moving average is dropping. So say the 50-day moving average is going down below the 200-day moving average, that's showing it. What happens is the 20-day moving average will show changes in the market before the 200-day moving average. And the
Right.
50 will show, more than the 200-day as well. So what happens is when like the 50 goes down below the 200-day, that's a bearish move, a bearish signal.
Okay.
Because what happens is the 20-day and the 50-day will probably go down and break below the 200-day. When you see that, it's definitely a lot of times it's a bearish move. And you can see like they might call it a death cross when like the 50-day would go down below the 200-day, or it's called the golden cross if it's vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's just a pattern formation. So I'm trying to, so a lot of stuff is happening here because you can see this was in July. Here's the 200-day moving average. You broke down below it, came above it, broke down, kind of shot down. I mean, it's very choppy, volatile, but we
Super
just
choppy.
we just had the 50 crossed over the 200-day moving average in the total three market, which is a bullish sign. Kind of it creates that golden cross. But we'll have to wait and see. It did have the bump up, but now it's had this drastic, downturn.
Hmm.
So who knows? Just keep watching it. That's the total three. That's the total all the altcoins. But now if we look at
So what about the Bitcoin dominance in the market? Because I feel like that's actually taken off quite a bit.
oh, it has. It's pushing 60% now,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? It's way up here.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
So
60%, geez, do you remember the times? I think what was the lowest that we ever saw Bitcoin dominance?
33%, 32%. I don't know. Let me see.
Was it really? It was actually below 40.
Might have been.
I think you're right. I remember it just being like so insanely low. Yeah, because I mean, I don't know if we'll see that ever again, but
Right?
maybe. I don't.
Because 2017, and then we had the altcoin came out, and it went.
Yeah,
Actually,
right.
you're right. Yeah, it's wicked down into the 30s. Probably got 36%, 35%. That was in January of 2018. So, mind you, folks, Bitcoin's dominance was at below 40%, but it was still at its all-time high. So that just means the altcoin market had a massive boom and took away market share from Bitcoin. So, and you can see again, there's probably definitely similar here. This was kind of the peak for Bitcoin. But yeah, similar thing. So anyway, that's Bitcoin dominance. But now it's pushing back up to, you know, on this chart, definitely I think we could see 65% Bitcoin dominance.
Yeah. I think the Bitcoin dominance is actually going to maintain in, above 50% from here on out. I really
Well,
can't
that's a
imagine.
strong statement. So
I know it is, but the
it
thing and the
could,
reason why
right.
though, I have a reason for it. It's because back in the day when, there was less than half of the amount of cryptos that we have now. So I mean there's way too much widespread going on
Yeah,
for
that's
financial
true.
assets.
Assets are going to shrink. A lot of assets are going to go by the wayside.
They're going to shrink, but it doesn't change the fact that there's still a crap ton of scams out there.
Oh, there.
And people are just like, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that gets regulated. If that gets regulated, or if the people actually start to get smart and realize, yeah, I'm only going to invest in the top 10. In that case, you're going to see the Bitcoin dominance go way down. I guess to me, that's what it comes down to. Is it's like if you got a bunch of assets out there, like a bunch of crypto assets and projects, you're going to see the Bitcoin dominance grow more. If you have less of them, then you'll see the Bitcoin dominance go down. I don't know if I'm going to see a lot less projects as much as we're going to see more projects, but you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
really, like, there's no, like, the
I
real
mean,
question
right,
is this:
right
Do you
now,
think we're
right
going to continue
now.
to have thousands and thousands of projects that people are investing in?
So CoinGecko has 15,000 coins listed.
That's a lot of coins, Brian. You remember when you and I we saw there was less than I think 700. There was probably
At one
less than
point.
500 when you and I were involved.
And now exchanges, there's over 1,100 exchanges.
It's ridiculous.
So out of these 15,000, I bet you it's probably when the dust is settled and the transformation of the financial and technology has peaked through the newer technology with blockchain and Web3 and all that stuff. It's I forgot where I was going now. Anyway, it's going to be crazy. This number is probably there's probably only going to be 1,000 cryptocurrencies left. You know
But
what I mean?
how?
I don't, huh?
How? Because they're just going to make it illegal? Like how do
No,
those crypto projects go
legitimate.
away? Oh
Well,
yeah,
if
legit.
they
Yeah, I mean, well, how
legitimate,
many legitimate projects do you think there are today?
I don't know. Uh,
There's 15,000 projects out there. I mean, I'm sure
half
that
half of them are probably scams,
yeah, right? So that drops down to
or not
7,000.
necessarily a scam, but yeah, scam. They made the cryptocurrency not to do anything with it. I know you and I had talked about creating a cryptocurrency at one point.
Yeah, right. Well, I actually did create one a long time ago.
So here is
I used the
Maple.
Tron blockchain to do it. Created my own token, invested a couple $100 into it. That was a waste of money.
So here's Maple on
Gave it
the
all away.
weekly, right? So its all-time high was up here, I think it's 65 or $68. Where was it? Yeah. Yeah, just like 68, $69. That's all-time high. That was back in we'll call it April of 2022. So anyway, that's on the weekly, but it's just been slowly just it bottomed out down here, $6, $7, and it's just been up, you know, just kind of in a slow channel up almost. But it's moving. If we go to the daily chart, I mean it's over $20 now. And a couple months ago, it was like I said, back in even go right here. Back in July, it was like $12. It's
Yeah.
almost doubled since then. It's hard to see on the weekly chart, but we'll go to the daily.
Yeah.
From this low back here in the summertime, it had a big spike here and then back down. But since the beginning of August, if you take this time frame, actually to where it's at now, right now it's at 29.59.
Yeah.
That's a 80% plus gain,
Yeah, that is.
where a lot of cryptos have been going the opposite direction. You have this nice chart structure right here, but this could be a bear flag too if you had this going down like this and inverted flagpole and
Like a
flag.
long-term bear flag.
But who knows? To me,
No, I don't think that is.
I,
I
I
mean,
don't think
it, it's
it
funny. If you look at, you can look at charts with a magnifying glass, I mean,
oh, oh, definitely. But
you could say, oh, this is a bear flag for, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now. I mean, it's all on how you're looking at it from the whole perspective.
this
Obviously,
thing to me is definitely channeling, just constantly making new higher highs
yeah, it seems like it is.
over the last 4 months.
Yeah, Maple's been killing it.
So,
80% growth over this year. That's interesting.
oh, more than that for the year. That's just since August.
Or yeah, since August. Okay.
Let me see what it is for the year. Let's zoom out. Uh,
What a dip right there at the beginning of that, though. You see that massive dip right there? It's almost like it was at its all-time low since
so
2023 for a
so it's
quick dip.
low. It's low right here in 2024 was, about $10.78.
Yeah.
So since then it's 100%, right?
Yeah. It's
Even
amazing.
if even if you take this wick's way down below $10. And it's right about, yeah, it's like 130% from that wick to the top wick. That's not too bad,
No, that's not. That's actually really good.
So I like Maple. I'm holding it. I'm holding in until it hits the all-time high anyway. And then I'll
Yeah.
look at probably, starting to scale out of it at that point. So, but we are going to look at
It's been taking off actually this past week really nicely
Tron. Look
well,
at
Tron.
Tron's chart.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I should have kept. I mean, we bought it for less than a half a penny
Dude, I bought
back
it
in
at
the day.
0.004.
Yeah,
It
same
was
here.
ridiculous. I bought it a long time ago.
I mean, since April of this year, it's just been on a tear.
Yeah, it really has been.
I mean, it was 10 cents in April,
That thing's gonna go back and see its all-time high for sure. 30 cents plus.
and it's,
It's just a matter of time.
almost 60% up. But yeah, that's its chart.
There's a lot of long-term holders of this coin.
Oh yeah. It's just been steady.
A lot of them.
200-day moving average been holding in support when needed, but it's just pretty much been riding the 20-day. Just chugging along. TRX.
Yeah, it's awesome. Hey, check
Uh,
out CFG.
oh, it's booming this morning.
I know it is. I think we're up like 11% today.
I saw it at one point, it was like 24%. All right, let me
Oh, it's booming. You see that chart?
it doesn't, I mean, just for today, you can see this one big wick. Well, yeah, so it's at 30 cents right now. But it from its low on this wick to its high was like 25%. So yeah, something's going on. Maybe a whale sold some. I wonder if or maybe it looks like someone bought some.
I was gonna say you would have
Right
bought
here,
some.
the green is indicating there was a pump in volume and it was a buying volume. So that someone probably bought a large amount, which was clearing the order books on the sells. So that in turn drew up the price up a little bit. I know there's websites or somewhere you can see that, you know, but that's what I guess happened. That's why you saw the big wick and then it comes back down.
Yeah, because there's really no news about what's going on with it. So
No, and the chart doesn't look good right now.
No.
but I'm just hoping. I'm not, well, I still believe, I'm not hoping. I believe in the coin. So this is a key level that it's at. If it breaks below like 20, 25, 27 cents, if it breaks below this low here and this turns into a resistance mark, yeah, that won't be good. If this holds, which I think it is, we're going to start seeing this turnaround.
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
But what does it take to turn something like this around? It takes the whole market taking off, or does it take some really good news? I mean, it takes a little bit of all of it, obviously, but like,
Well, I think it could take any one of those. The market taking off. Good news with DeFi and real world assets. Maybe there's a big partnership or something happen, or an improvement with their technology.
yeah.
Who knows?
Well,
But it
with
looks like it started, it was going down to this area, and this is definitely an area of support. So,
well, as far as
that's
bad
probably the bar.
performing coins lately, I'd love to also see TIA.
All right. So anyway, we'll get
Oh
out of
yeah,
here.
if you're doing that. So it hasn't even gone past that resistance line, really.
No, but I think this is a new top resistance for it here.
Well,
It
that's
might
good. If that's the case, that's great.
might be a little higher.
Yeah.
That might be actually might not be that high. But anyway, somewhere in there. So this is the nut channel. So we're gonna have to wait and see. It broke out of the channel for the year. We were seeing great things and had great expectations, but then the whole market went down. And that's this. And we haven't yet seen it turn around, see it, get its footing. Well, hopefully here, this is the first sign of this downtrend where it started going sideways. So hopefully this is going to be a strong enough support. I think it's holding on to 30, but there's also, down to 25. If it breaks that 25, 26 cents range,
Yeah.
we're in trouble. So anyway, that's WCFG,
Get your sell orders on.
TIA. So TIA, I think we still are going to have some time to wait for TIA. So
Like 3 years.
uh, who knows? Honestly, because we were being greedy, or at least I was. Again, this is not financial advice, just me and my opinions and what I do. Uh, but I was greedy. We should have recognized this double top up here, and we should have got out at the worst case scenario down in here around 15, $16, and we didn't, or I didn't anyway. I just wrote it. I wrote it all the way down.
Yeah.
And now there was a little bit of life. Now it's kind of chugging sideways again. So I think it's this, just call it $5 is the line in the sand. Whichever one it turns into support or resistance, that's the line in the sand. I think that's where we're battling right now. And there wasn't some good news either. I heard that they're going to have a coin release, because if you look at TIA, so that's going to, add inflation to their coin and the price. And so price is going to go down because of that, depending, how affected that will be. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I heard it on one of the people I follow, but there is going to be a coin release. You can see right now they have a 1 billion token supply and only 220 million of them are in circulation. So they're releasing, I want to say like another 100 and something million tokens. So that will, of course, if the market cap stays the same, the value of the token is going down.
Right.
So you can see a lot of times when I look at stuff fully diluted valuation is an important number to look at. So if all the coins were in circulation at this price point of $5.26, it would be a $5.5 billion market.
Yeah.
So, um, but who knows? This coin could, someday be a 50 to $100 billion market cap. I think it could, but we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens with this coin. But for me personally, I'm gonna keep a closer eye on my coins as well. That's why I try not to have too many to actually watch them or kind of look at them at least every other day, what's going on with them. But should do it every day with crypto, from my opinion. But yeah, TIA, we'll have to wait and see what happens here.
Well, it's like Warren Buffett says,
Are we going to get
like,
back up to this $20? I think so. I think we're going to get, I think we'll see a 10x from where it is right now
yeah,
at
but
the
just a
peak.
matter of when.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
like Warren Buffett says, you should really only hold on to like five at the absolute most assets. I
Right.
mean, because and he's, obviously he's not involved in crypto, but just in general, as a general philosophy, to have or five assets or less. And I I'm not following that philosophy, but I do see there's a lot of merit to it, and it makes a lot of sense. It's a
There
very
does.
conservative approach because you
So,
can have a lot more money in each project versus you know,
right.
a
But
wider
cryptocurrency
spread.
is so much newer. I try to keep it between 25 and 30 coins that I hold at any given time. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more.
Right. And then
So,
you look at crypto as one asset of the five.
but I'm changing a lot of times, not a lot of times, but on occasion, I'm getting in and out of certain cryptos, or I'm downsizing a position in one crypto to go ahead and add another position in a different crypto. I
Right.
try to be in different sectors. You have the monetary sector, you have, you have the DeFi sector, you have the AI sector, you have, layer ones or layer twos, like the Ethereum and Solana. Um, you have you know, you have gaming sector. So that's where I just got involved in another coin in the gaming sector. It's called Superverse. Never heard of it before, but I came across it through some of the people I follow and looked at it, and it definitely seems very cool. It's a competitor pretty much of Immutable X.
Yeah.
So I want to have both of them.
Yeah. Why not? You hedge against each
And
other.
looking at the
Yeah.
numbers and stuff. So I desized, I took some of my Immutable X and put it into Superverse. So now I hold both of them. So I don't know, kind of hedging my bets a little bit, but having a couple in each sector is, for me, I feel it's nice to do
Yeah.
that. The only sector that I'm really not into are meme coins. Because to me, it's like meme coins, they're so volatile. You got to be watching them all the time. And sometimes there might be days that I don't look at cryptocurrency, depending what's going on in my life and where I'm at and what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with meme coins, yeah, you could, I mean, use, sell orders or stop losses and all of that. But again, you still got to be watching it. Stuff
Yeah.
moves
You do
so
have to watch
fast.
it. Yeah.
So
Well, I think, hey, can we do one more check? I want to check out Ethereum.
sure. Okay.
I know we got it. I'm kind of running out of time here anyways, but
All right. Pull up Ethereum. Here's Ethereum's daily chart. It looked like bull flag, but failed to break above it.
it might actually not be a bad time to buy Ethereum.
And then, down. That's definite bull flag. I mean, bear flag down, bear flag down, a little bear flag down. But
Dude, I'm
then it
seriously considering cutting my losses with TIA, which by the way, I'm still 100% gain right now.
moving it to some
You
of
and I
them.
are still both 100% gain on TIA.
Right. Well, I've been watching it. I've been looking at what I want to move it into.
Well, I'm seriously
So
considering throwing it into ETH.
so I think it's the 30th. 29th or 30th of this month is when they are having the coin release.
Who?
So hold on. So this is Ethereum daily chart. It is looking like, it's trending up now. So, but let me go back to TIA real quick. So let's look at TIA for a second.
And the real question is, what do you believe in more for gains? TRX or ETH?
Probably in the long, no, probably ETH. So
In the
this is
long term?
TIA. So let me see what the shorter time frame is doing. Shorter time frame doesn't look, the 8 hour doesn't look good. It's going sideways. If you're going to put a sell order in, because you're just delisting it, I'd probably do it right at the 200-day moving average, which is $5.58.
Yeah.
So maybe right below it, 557. I've been staking my TIA, but I've been also thinking of maybe getting, moving half my position to something else with more upside. Because we are, like you said, we are still up pretty good.
Well, we are.
But that's
I
that's
mean,
the shorter term, so that's
like, yeah, we should have sold at 15 cents, but we're still up 100%. We're still a 1x on our initial investment.
oh, I know.
So it's like maybe we just
So here's the
not wait for it and get out.
again, this is the 2 hour. So yeah, everything's trending down. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like, Sunday's pump, Monday's dumps. I'm sorry, Sunday's dumps, Monday's pumps.
right. Then maybe wait till Monday, see it pump, right?
Yeah. Well, I think we are going to see a pump. I guess my question is,
This is the day one. Yeah, I really think short term is this, 555, this 560. If I'm getting out, who knows? I might try to move some to some other coins. Because this is another coin real quick, and then we'll go. Uh, Synapse started building position in this one. This one looks everything's starting to trend up. It's had this nice up. Now it's consolidating above the 200-day moving average, looking like it's going to be moving further in the up position.
what exchange is that on?
Uh, Coinbase,
It is, yeah.
and then Super, which is Superverse, which is also Coinbase. So
We've really
this has
just been
had it,
playing around with Coinbase.
huh?
We've really consolidated ourselves to Coinbase as far
Coinbase.
as exchanges go.
I use Coinbase, Bitstamp, and Kraken for
Yep.
centralized exchanges. For DEXs, I've used Uniswap, but I do a lot of stuff just on my wallets that you can. I have a Kepler wallet, a Coinbase wallet, a MetaMask wallet. So, and then I of course have storage wallets too. But you can see Superverse, it's went up and it's been riding the 20-day moving average the whole time. It comes back and tests it. So this has been consolidating. So I've been building a position over the last couple of days in this price range, just below $1.30 is what I've been purchasing some of this stuff for.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, um, yeah. So anyway, that's what I got going on. Just some interesting things. So maybe I might move out of TIA and into building those two
Well, that's
new
kind of the
coins.
conclusion that I'm coming to is, geez, I mean, there's so many other coins I want to look at right now, but I got to get going. So,
I know.
but hey, guys, we might have an interview with somebody this coming week that's going to be really interesting. I'm excited to talk with them about their story and what they've experienced with crypto. And we
Excellent.
also have a couple of updates that I think we're going to try to do. I'd love to see one on Maple because that's actually really looking pretty good. I'm kind of excited about that.
Okay.
That'd be interesting to find out. But we got a little basic update earlier today, so that's good. But yeah, man, dude, I'm pumped. Not as much as crypto, but or crypto's
And
not as much as me, but yeah, I'm
right
pumped.
now, yeah. I think crypto's going to surpass
Really,
your pumping.
well, really curious to see how things are going to go after the election.
I know.
I want to see like what is going to happen leading up to the election and what's going to happen after. I mean, obviously
So,
we've already gotten to that point of leading up to just about, and it's
yes,
not as exciting as I thought it would be. So it's interesting to see if it's really affecting anything at all.
we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah, it really is. I don't know. We'll find out. But
Yep, we
all
will.
right, dude. Well, hey, nice talking to you this morning.
Likewise, have a great Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, you too, man. We'll talk soon.